Don't forget to use your My Health with Wi-Fi, yes? EMF, think about the drops, okay? Think about what Dr. McCullough just told us about wires, yes? In your bedroom. And again, movement, okay? That was a really good cocktail for the first steps for being healthy again, right? So use it more. I'm traveling a lot, and I use it like, sometimes I've got always two with me because one is, sometimes I use it 12 hours when I'm traveling. I put on air travel. I just put it on the right hour where I'm flying to Europe. The day before I fly, I put the hour from Europe back in, and I use it the last day here in America, so that my TCM cycle, Chinese cycle, is already on the right hour where I'm traveling to. So my body knows already, this is the cosmic energy for your next stay, and it's starting from here, okay? During my travel, I use air travel, or with the car, air travel. And this is going to be a breakthrough for Olympic Games, yes? Sport clubs, big sport clubs. There is no jet lag when you are healthy and flexible and with My Health, you know? So you don't have to be there 2-3 weeks before. Just use the information from the My Health together with the EMF drops or with the EMF function, electromagnetic frequency, on your My Health. Use BFA and polarity when you travel to settle your new, how must I say, axis, yes? Your big field axis. All those three axes, this one, the second one, and the third one, so that you are aligned in your new electromagnetic field. Because you travel through all those fields, all those information fields. That's what we need. And we have to think about health as preventive. You have to be there in time. So use your device, move your body, be careful with wireless and with all those electromagnetic frequencies. Really? Okay. When I use the computer, I put it on, yes, computer. Use it more. Not when you're sick, or not only for your clients, but use it every day for yourself, okay? Together with the drops, yeah. Good. How was lunch, okay? Good? Okay. Now, this morning, Harry and I, we were talking about body field. And there is just one field. I start talking about heart, matrix, and the third compound is morphogenetic. But they are all a part of that same body field. It's just talking about how important is your heart, how important is your structure, and how important is your mind-body, your shape, yeah, connector. So these are the old, or they didn't change, only the name changed. These are your brain holograms, your mind, body, and verticals. Brainstem hologram, cortex, cerebrale medulla hologram, and cerebellum hologram, those four, together with the fifth, the liberator, yes? And they're coming out of your scan. This is a real important change you can make, a shift, together with the masterclass from Lenny, together with the masterclass next week, Who Am I? Yeah? Together with your choice point in your life. Movement, yes? Electromagnetic field, this detector. So work on your health and work on your shift. Because all those subconsciousness things that is bringing you in situations where you don't know what's happening. If you don't know what's really going on a subconscious level, you just are the product of your subconscious. When you know yourself more, you see your subconscious as an awareness. You are aware of what's going on a conscious level and on a subconscious level. And that's not that we think that what Freud told us that is true. No. Our subconscious field, our subconscious, as I say, is really our conscious. So we have to make the shift from subconscious to conscious. Yes? And that's the present you get automatically when you work on your own development. And the infoceuticals and the My Health, they are opening the doors and the windows to help you with that. It's not that that's going to do it for you. No, it's opening the windows and the doors and make that opportunity come true. Because you have to go to the toilet by yourself. You have to eat for yourself. And you have to raise your consciousness for yourself. You have the help, yeah, and the lucky. We are in a lucky situation that we know the mild, we know the infoceuticals. Just use them for that shift, okay? So then you are the living My Health. And even electromagnetic frequencies, they are so much harming. They're not harming yourself so much because you are strong, you know? Your field is really there. And really, measurements, they stay the same, but the impact is totally different. Okay? That's really important. You can train yourself to be more stronger, to be more in shape, to be more in a healthy situation. And you use your sympathetic to train yourself back in, this is action, and this is peace. This is parasympathetic, yes? And we always live on a parasympathetic, sympathetic level. We eat too quick, we have stress, so we train ourselves to get after 5-10 years high blood pressure. That's normal. It's the balancing from our body. It's not that the high pressure is a problem. It is for our health situation, for our veins and everything. But we work for that, yes? We work for that new balance. And your kidneys and your glandulars and your thyroid is saying after 10, 15 years, yeah, that's what you asked every day from me. Higher activity. I give you more thyroid. I give you more adrenaline. Yeah? I give you more sympathetic food. Don't be sad after 5-10 years that your physiognomy is going to the hyper situation. Okay? So when we make the scan and chill is coming out, ESA8 or ESR or love, be connected again with yourself. That are the first steps with the right information to download you again to your normal parasympathetic level. Okay? But when there is a shock or a trauma on your heart driver, you need to give your heart the good information. Who am I without my trauma? Who am I without my shock conflict? Who am I with my personality? That's what the drops are giving to us. Possibilities. Okay? So that's on the body field apart. It's body field and morphogenetic, matrix and heart. They are all together and connected in that body field. But I just mentioned 3 important things because the connection is head, yes, heart. It's your neck, a lot of problems. People are stressed, yeah? Trapezius, everything is there. And then we've got heart, yes, and the morphogenetic field, so the connection with yourself, shape, chronic illness, chronic diseases. That's the connection from those 3 things. The heart field, the matrix field, and the morphogenetic field, it's your body field. So it's one unity. I just spoke about those 3 things because we're going to see in the driver and the integrators that we treat them on a different level. Here we use the brain holograms or the mind-body infoceuticals. Here we're going to use more the physiologist, the level of physiology to work on the matrix field, but it's one big field. And this is the heart energy, and we talk about heart field, and we give the re-information. So everything is energy, all right? My first acupuncture teacher, he came in and he said, Peter, you're a professional boxer, eh? I said, I was a boxer. Yeah, he said, come on. And I went to him and he just pushed me away with my own energy. He just put the shield. So he said, that's energy. That's being a master, yes? And I trained with him 4 years to know how you can manipulate on a good level, on a right level, energy, okay? So we did a lot of Tai Chi, yes? We were working with the meridians, but we were working on the field, on the matrix, on the consciousness level to know yourself better and to have control over your body, yes? You can give somebody a massage and you can give him a relief from emotions. You can give somebody a good talk and you can give him a relief of emotions. It doesn't matter which way you use, it's your specialty in your clinic. What do you use to make it come true? And you can integrate every therapy with NES, because NES or BWS is only cost you a few seconds. And you have a big, how must I say it, house of possibilities for your client or for yourself, okay? So everything is energy. Qi, traditional Chinese medicine, yeah? Energy can't be made or destroyed. So life is not ending, life is not beginning, it's always there. Only this structure is in this room now, but without this structure, the energy is still there, yeah? So there is no distance, there is no space, there is no structure, there's only energy. You can't destroy it. And the frequency, the vibration, we can measure. So we can make this on a scientific level as a fact. There is a fact. We in our modern Western community, we love science, so we can step away from the Qi and do the measurements from the electromagnetic field, from everything we want to know. Our body field needs structured information, and that's why we need mild and infoceuticals. Because without structure, you have nothing. It's just chaos, right? We need that structure. And Peter saw in his measurements, in his matching science, that every part of your body listens to a structure. You have to put it in the right structure. So 987655 is a structure, and it has a resonance, maybe with your heart, maybe with your colon. And that's why this picture, this figure in space is going to give you the coherence and the resonance to heal your structure. And that's what in the infoceutical, that's what you give your client. You give them structure in space. That's information. And that's medicine on a totally different level. And it's real science. It's not woo-woo. Einstein, the field is sole governing agency of the particle. Yeah? We, NASA, the body field is the governing force of life, right? So when you know that, you can give your client energy for 100%.
But what exactly is information?
If we think of the body as both a material and an energetic, dynamically exchanging open system, which it is, we need to eat like a ton of food a year, and most of it is passed out. So all of that food is somehow turned into the body, which remains extremely stable for long periods of time. Somebody basically doesn't change much for maybe 40 years as an adult. People recognize you immediately, even 40 years later, because the basic body structure doesn't change, even though after a short period of time, you don't have a single atom left in your body. They've all exchanged and gone out. And so now this is the hamburger I ate yesterday, and 3 weeks from now, this will be a carrot that I eat tomorrow, and so on. It's a very dynamic system, and yet I remain the same. So If it's not the material, and presumably not the energetic part, the dynamic energetic part, then what's left? There must be something like an informational pattern which holds it together.
Many scientists who are on the frontier theorize that and have demonstrated that we're an information system and it's not entirely localized in our body, that we're accessing information from the field all the time.
The body appears to be constantly connecting with information within itself and with information in the field.
The body is always looking for coherent systems, looking for information interchange between all cells he has, so that every single cell knows what's on. It's a large information system. And some people say that illness is just a lack in the information system. And I suppose they are right.
The actual regulation of the whole organism and of all cells, the coordination of all cells, is accomplished with the help of these information fields, these scalar wave fields. They guarantee that each cell knows what every other cell is doing at any given time, and we have over 70 trillion cells. This is a lot of information, and it can only be processed with the help of these structured fields.
Informational medicine, medicine that takes information and changes disturbed information, is going to be the future of medicine.
Apparently, the control system of the body is not genes or chemistry, but information, which seems to be available in the body field. Is it possible to put new information into the body to affect wellness? That is exactly what a number of researchers are doing.
We've learned how to stop the distortion of information that occurs as a result of various disease processes. Once you stop the distortion, surprisingly enough, the physiology begins to work, the chemistry comes right. There are really wonderful healing stories to be told here. And it's simply because we've learned how to correct the distortion of information in your body field.
Disease is, in a sense, scrambled information. And so if we can access the appropriate information, we correct the scrambling. And that's what a number of these new energy modalities are doing. They're basically correcting that information scrambling.
Okay, so when we give somebody a massage, yeah, we do the distortion, yeah? We work on the distortion on a structural level, but it's going to release the energy from your client or the person who's going to get the massage, right? So you work on every level, and that's really emotion, okay? That is really information. So it's like a GPS system. All the addresses are in your GPS system. You just have to give the right address, and it's going to bring you to that. Just everything in life is working on information. Yes? When an acupuncturist is going to feel your pulse, it's information. But the most people, what I was treating and I did the diagnose and I started to take the pulse, they say, I already feel that something is changing. And I didn't do anything. I just touched them. I just did the diagnose. But they felt already that there was really something happening in their body, in their emotion, in their physical, psychological level. And that was a new eye-opener for me. I didn't use one needle, and everything was already in a totally different situation. And it's not that I was talking about it, they told me about it. Okay? And now we have the My Health Infoceutical, and the Living My Health, okay? So think about it, use your capacities, right? So that distortion here, that's the blockage, okay? So you have your head, your heart, and your abdomen. You've got 3 big cavities, stored energy, yes? And when the energy is stored, you can use it. When there is a blockage, you need the information to work through that blockage so that you have a new flow, integrators, flow, yes? Or you have a lack of strength, drivers. So you give your client the drivers so that the energy is stored again, and then you give the flow, the integrator energy, so that the drivers and the integrators can work through your vessels, through your field. Okay? So disease is a blockage from your information, yeah? From your energy. That's why the Chinese, they do tuina, they give you a massage, but you need a very strong table because they're using a lot of power and they're really wrecking left, right. They are really using your body field, your structure, to take away your blockage. And they think about meridians. We don't think anymore about meridians. That's too small. We think of field, information field, body field. So energy without information is chaos, all right? So maybe there is enough energy, but there's not enough information, so still you have problems, okay? So we're working on bringing energy into your body, the drivers, work on the flow, integrators, yes? And that's, there is no possibility anymore to have chaos in your body field, okay? Are there some questions? Is it clear? Are you with it? Can you feel it? How easy it is with our device? When the practitioners know, looking to the scan, what's going on, you can give that vibe without talking to your client. That's important. That you don't feel that always you have to explain them something. Yeah? I'm explaining you something, you are the practitioners. Because you are the professional. When you know it, they know it. Okay? Because it's in the field. Right? So, although we get at our birth a certain degree of source energy, biophysics has also discovered that we in our daily life collect source energy and store it in our body cavities. And during our daily activities also consume this energy again. So these body cavities, so the head, the chest, and your abdomen, yes, they're being and they behave like tuned recipients who have the ability to receive and store energy from the environment and even from space, zero-point energy field, just talk about oxygen, and everything was in the air. Yeah? And we humans, we have the highest development. You don't say it, you don't see it every day at the street, but we have the highest development. We need oxygen and other metals out of the air, breathing in, and what you have developed on a high consciousness level, you can take out of the air. And you breathe out, and what you don't need, you breathe out. But when you don't have that development from gold in your structure, you can't do anything with that metal, so you're breathing in and you breathe it also out. When you develop that consciousness level, it's going to feed you on another level. Okay? That's alchemy, right? And that's what's happening. That's why there are some animals, they can live without oxygen because they have a very low consciousness. No? They're just on the other, they are in the sack, and they don't need energy, they don't need oxygen because they can't make a development. We can make a development, but we need that zero-point energy field. So this energy is vital to the power of the body field, and it's represented by the first energetic driver known as the source driver, the ED1. So it's the driver from all the other drivers. So that's why it's so important that ED1 is number one, all right? That's the strength, number one. That human body field is an intelligent, self-organizing, energetic structure that acts as the main control mechanism for all your body functions, including chemical reactions, life energy, chi movements, emotions, mental skills, coordination, etc. It has a direct governing and regulatory influence on all processes in your body. Simply said, the human body field is there for an environment in which cells can do their work effectively. In the human body field can't function the way it should be, the cellular activity will get problems. Conversely, a coherent human body field will ensure a healthy functioning of all your cells, okay? So when you say it, quantum physics is the basic of atomic reactions, enter into indeterminate connections and communication between atoms through photons, light energy, or exchange. It's just, again, it's photon energy, it's like higher sound energy. There is only one energy. The Chinese, they make it really easy. There is only qi, and we change the frequency. So when you have sound, must I say, sound waves, and you put them all together, and you put more and more sound waves, and you shake them, then you have photon energy. So you raise the sound waves through giving more and more. So there is only one field, there is only one representation of energy. And that human body field represents a mechanism that works together, mediates and oversees this inter-atomic communication process. This information transfer and that communication, they are the keys for all your life processes. Information determines the action of atoms, cells, tissues, organs, emotions, qi, and so on. Information forms the basics of regulation of body processes and life. Yes? That's why we have to give our client the source energy. We have to give him strength and flow. Okay, so the overview is really, we have the source energy, we have the photon energy, okay, that's the energy on a higher level. We have the strength, the drivers, we have the flow, the integrators, and for the terrains, they represent our energetic immunity. The stars, which are now in the different parts of our scan, must I say, pictures. We have a part in the environment, we have a few now in the nutrition field, we have more drivers than we had before, because all the stars, we just put them where they belong, in that human body field part where they can do, where they could do their job right. Right. This is our human body field. It's a holistic field, for sure. It's our multi-dynamics actions. It's a highly organized and interconnected activity on the physical level, chemical level, mental level, emotional, memory, and energetic plane. It's got mind influencing the physical and cellular body at ultra-high speed communication and action at a distance, no problem, consciousness and intelligence again. So you see that your body field and the field from the earth, the field from the cosmos, is just one field. We think too small. Yeah? We don't think about what's really going on. We think in structure. We think in not in possibilities. We think in ego. We think in distortions. We don't open up our possibilities anymore. Okay? So don't be a specialist in something, because before you know it, yeah, you think that you're a specialist. And you're not open again for the simplicity from healing. Yes? When you go too deep in something, your fixation process starts. Okay? So come back and open your heart again for the possibilities and not for the specialities. Okay?
Many cultures of the past have explored the energetic system of the body. Today, researchers theorize that the body does have a field of energy, known as the morphogenic field, or the body field.
There's a hierarchy of fields organizing our bodies. There's the field of the whole body, there's the fields of the organs, and then the fields of the tissues, and then the fields of the cells within those. The field of our own body is within and around the body. There's an overall field, and then there's subsidiary fields, sort of modular fields for arms, legs, and the different organs. The advantage of fields is that they're intrinsically holistic. All fields are holistic. The gravitational field is, you can't slice a bit out of it. If you cut a flatworm into 10 different pieces, each part can grow into a new worm. Now, how is that possible? If it was a machine, that wouldn't happen. If you cut up a machine, all you get is a broken machine. But if you cut up a magnet, a field system, then you, however many little bits of magnet you produce, each has a complete magnetic field. And it was this analogy with magnetic fields that led developmental biologists suggest the idea of morphogenetic fields in the first place. And this was way back in the 1920s. And this field is now a crucial concept in developmental biology. You can't really understand how organisms develop without it.
All humans begin life as a single cell that grows and divides, developing into the various organs and limbs of our bodies. How these cells know what to become has baffled scientists and led to the idea of control fields in biology.
We've already found that there are different parts of the body field, some of which relate to the muscles and connective tissue. Another part of the body field that relates to the brain and nervous system. Yet another one for the morphic field, which connects back to the DNA and the genetic information of your body. So it links up with medicine in many places, so it's not different from medicine, it's just going a little bit further conceptually.
These energetic fields may provide the information necessary for controlling the body.
How does the body know to maintain its temperature at a particular temperature? What decides, or who decides, what is going to be the correct blood pressure for that person? Nobody knows, and we're saying, as a holistic idea, the body field decides to turn all the knobs.
Morphogenetic fields, or more generally fields of information, yes, are control systems over and above the molecular level, or the biochemical level. They're systems that organize the body, they organize the developing organism. Plants have them too, all animals have them. They maintain the form of the body, they help bodies to recover from disease or damage, they underlie regeneration, for example. And I think that we really need a field-based model of the body if we're ever going to be able to integrate different forms of healing or medicine into a coherent understanding.
The body field is an energetic field filled with patterns of information. All of the organs in our bodies generate their own specific fields.
Okay. So we have the gravity field. Yeah, you can't slice a piece out of it. Yes, it's always there. You don't feel it, but when you have a compass, you see immediately that it's that north is there, south is there. You're always in that field. You're always in a gravity field. You're always in your human body field. You're always in an information field. So temperature. You also can make a scan, or you just can a PET scan, and you see the places where your body is more inflamed or is warmer. You have the electrostatic field. So everything is, you have the light photon field. You have the chi field, where somebody can manipulate your field and can bring you back. It's just communication. It's just information. And it's so normal that there is also a body field. That it's there. But we forgot to integrate it in our medicine. We forgot to integrate it in our health care. Yeah, that was an old Belgian guy, Louis de Broglie. Already in 1923, he saw that all particles have a vibration frequency, a very high one. Okay. So, and then Milo Wolf, 90, Peter Fraser met him, and they saw that they were working on the same level. There is not only an out wave, there is also an in wave. So you're always connected with each other, okay? It's just how good, how strong is your standing wave? How good is your alignment? So when you have the standing wave situation, it's really, so you have an in wave and out wave. And when you are in a healthy situation, you have a standing wave situation, you see? There is just up and down. There is just, this is where the chi is going from left to right, from up to down. This is health situation. This is something in your own body, in your own body field. Maybe this is a person and this is you, and you have a standing situation where you are in resonance with your environment, with somebody else, with your own cells, with your own health situation. Okay? Some people you like, some people you love, some people immediately you feel very comfortable. That's because there is directly that standing wave situation. Yeah? So this is health, all right? When there is a disturbance, there is no standing wave. So what we really are, that is that we are a standing wave. So this is me, yes, the standing wave situation, and there is energy flow through the standing wave. When there is a disturbance, we have to give the body field that information again to unblock this situation. That's what we have to do. Yes. And one of the biggest issues, again, is our head, our belief system. Yes? The information from my parents, from my grandmother, from who I am, the culture where I'm living in, okay? My environment. Yeah? It's not only Wi-Fi, it's just also influence from your parents, influence from your partner, influence from your own ego. Ego is your survival kit, and you don't want to lose your survival kit because it brought you here in this space, in this room, on this moment. So it's really free yourself on a morphogenetic level with the mind-body infocircuits. Give yourself the relief on the matrix level with all the drivers, integrators, they come out of the recommendation from your screen. Release yourself with your heart energy, because your heart energy is talking with every other cell in your body. And you can make a good chemical structure that there is not enough serotonin, there is not enough dopamine, there is not enough something, but that's because your heart is in a trauma situation. So what you want to change here, it doesn't matter, because this is the engine from your body field. This is the information that is really not okay. That's your emotion. Maybe it's so sad that you are someone who's really joyful and really likes life, but deep inside there is melancholy. Melancholy? That's why you're so joyful. That's why we see that Chinese doctors, they say when somebody is full of joy, they burn themselves, yes? So they get like MS, multiple sclerosis, because they really are in the other overcompensation reaction, because they feel deep inside that there is a lot of melancholy, and they start to be the most joyful people around you. And they just die as a joyful people with a lot of melancholy in their body and just did nothing in their life, 80 years long. And we were thinking, what structure does she need? What hormone, what neurotransmitter is there? We have to release the heart energy. We have to heal them with something, you know. It can be a surgery shock, emotional shock, financial shock, operation shock. It can be all kinds of shocks. Trauma, we call it trauma, okay? It's trauma. It's more. That's what ED6, yes, is helping us. So when ED6, when ED1 is coming out, BFA is important, ED1 is important, ED3 is important, ED6, you see how important it is? Release your heart, give the right information again, yes? It's a feel-good infocircle, You can give it to everybody, okay? You don't need to bring them first to the scan, because when they don't believe in something, they don't eat it, you know? So you can give something, you say, okay, I don't give presents anymore, I only give infocircles as a present to my family. Yes? And when it's there after 6 months, I take it back, okay? So I give opportunities, I give possibilities, all right? So think about it. Think about the standing wave situation, please, yes? This is the situation where you want to live in. That's why you have to move yourself, do some exercises. Not now. Not now my emotion wants to have my attention. Not now. Not now. I don't miss somebody. I'm there because I'm connected with everyone. I don't miss my mother. I don't miss my father. I don't miss my partner. Or I don't miss somebody who is really, who is not really kind to me, who is not really there for me. It's only disturbance on a level that you don't want to be involved in your life. Okay, that's for next weekend. So when we see the standing wave situation in this area, it's in a water tank. Then you see really what stabilization of energy information is. That they start to give a frequency, a wave situation. This is just a wall, it's doing nothing. But this is really the impulse. This is the frequency, vibration. This is a situation. And then you see on a certain moment, it seems that the water is going from this side to this side, but the water is not moving. It's just a standing wave channel. You see it? When you put a piece of wood of it, the wood is just staying there on the same level. It's just going up and down, up and down, up. It's not moving. This is health. This is what we're trying to do with homeopathy, acupuncture, massage, infoceuticals, my health. Okay? This is peace, ESR, love, chill, ED1, ED3, ED6, without disturbances. This is the situation. So this is this is what in the scan. In your scan, in your cloud system, we have the situation of the perfect standing wave, and we do the matching with your client or with your own body field. And where the situation is not a standing wave, that it's purple or that's red. So we give that to our clients so that the new standing wave or the old standing wave situation is coming back. Maybe the first time in their life. And the physiology, anatomy, pathology is following that pathway. Always. Always. Don't hesitate. Don't think about yes, maybe. Because you are also information in space. When you're not sure about your case, how can your patient be sure of something? Because he or she is there for help. And when you think in a structure that's really in a low level, you give low-level healing. When you have some doubts about something, you give that doubt in the information field. You only can give what you have. You only can work on a high level what you have developed in your own body field, right? That's why it's so important to have conferences, masterclasses, come together, learn from each other, talk to the community, talk to other doctors. And you don't have to mention something. You don't want to prove something. You have to move something, all right? And that we do with heart energy. And then we, in our next situation, we can talk about standing wave, information, drivers, strength, flow, body, mind, source. That's in the scan. This is our system from scanning. This is the BWS, this is the old TVS, this is the MyHealth. Okay, so that's what I just was talking about. The quality of the resonance is the basis of the BWS nest scan process. It's an identical information field resonate. It's a matching between your patient, and that's what in your cloud device. If the structure of a person's information field is distorted, this will reduce the quality of the resonance. Okay, and when it's a high distortion, it's a high priority. This is a lowest, and this is green is the lowest priority, and when it's white, it's not a priority on this moment, because we work in levels, yes? We don't work and we don't work on the symptoms, yes? We work on the essence, right? So when my client is calling me or emailing me, and there are some more symptoms, then I know I hit the button right, okay? I just have to give her the trust that we are working on the right level. We are going to bring your symptoms to another level. Maybe we're going to raise them first, and then, but that's normal. The first thing you learn when you do acupuncture, yes, that your skin the skin is like a structure that is pulling out your pathology from the inner side to the outer side. So when you do acupuncture and 3 days later your patient has eczema or a lot of things, then you did your treatment for 100%. So for me it's like the most normal case that you can have some more problems after you did the right treatment. And I see on Facebook so many people in panic. Oh my God, I have a reaction, and well, what's the matter? That's our job. We have to bring it from yin to yang, from the inner side to the outer side. And your body is a structure. It doesn't have more than your skin to bring it out. Sweat, tiredness, yes, dizziness, flu, yeah. Then you hit the right button, you give the right information. And then we have the ESR, where we always can bring it to a more normal reaction, okay? So you can use ESR because it's working on integrator 1, 7, and 12 to calm down every reaction, okay? But I don't want to do that too much. I don't want to put too quick ESR in my patient's case because I want to work this issue through and through, okay? You know, with children, when you use with skin problems and you use the cream with some stuff in it, like cortisone or something, you bring it from the skin into the lungs, yes? And you start to give your client or the baby bronchitis and other things, problems with the lungs on another level. It's totally different level. Because in the 5 elements, lung energy and large intestine energy is working together in the metal element. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. Yeah? So that's really a connection. It's got a lot to do with grief, all right? So when somebody is really in a trauma with grief, it's normal that you have skin reactions, lung reactions, and large intestine reactions. Okay? So it's so logical, everything. Okay. Well, these are the old screens. Okay, but I just use it for. We're going to use the cloud version, and we're going to work with it when we work about the strength, the source, but flow. I couldn't change it in a few days, these screens, but you know this is TWS, and we're talking about BWS, the cloud. But to explain what an energetic rejuvenator is, an ER point, it's a combination from a tissue and organ, an integrator, and a mind-body hologram, all right? So that's when we use the ER points, we are working on 3 levels, tissue, organ, integrator. Don't say meridian, because a meridian is just a small fraction from an integrator, okay? You're gonna see that when we talk about integrators. And these are mind-body or our brain holograms. And we're working on trauma conflicts, yes? Every brain hologram, every layer in your mind body is in connection with an organ, with a tissue. So when there is a problem on a physiological level, it's always connected with an organ or a tissue. And we're going to rejuvenate, we're going to relieve this problem using the ER points on the My Health, on the first screen, or we're going to give the mind, body, and pharmaceutical. when we have the different colors in the look within screen, where we're going to talk about tomorrow. Okay? So this is the old meridian. It's not a meridian, it's a field. Think about integrators, they work in a field. Enzymes, consciousness, emotions. Every part of your chemical reaction is an integration process where we work on the level. When we use an integrator, we work on the enzymes level, we work on the molecule level, tissue level, organ level, meridian level, every level, and emotional, okay? Emotions on the conscious and subconscious level. So it's just, out of the recommendation, you have immediately 4 ERs. Don't think about it, take your mind out, give those ER points to your client, yeah? To your animal, all right? Immediately. Because you work on those 3 things: tissue, organ, integrator, brain holograms, or mind-body. The brain holograms, the look within, brainstem, cerebellum medulla hologram, cortex, and the 4 together with the liberator. You can use 5 infocircles to work on every level in your recommendation screen. Okay. This is the old recommendation screen. Okay, this is our new cloud system with the ER points. Yes, we don't talk anymore about meridians. We just click on it, and we've got the connection with the ER, energetic rejuvenator, with the integrator or the flow or communication with your body. EI5 is it's connected with the bladder energy, also bladder, the water element. So also your kidney, your bladder, your water element, okay? It's got to do with fear. So when I see ER19, I see that it's this level, yeah, this tissue, thoracic level. So it's to do with fear. It's got to do with some problems with the bladder, with the kidney. So it's already giving you a lot of information. So Peter started to investigate, why is acupuncture working? What's the science behind acupuncture? And together with Harry, they recognize that there's pure science. It's pure relationship between old medicine and information medicine. Okay. You have here ER33, who knows? Thyroid, okay. 38, 33. Thyroid field, it's connected with small intestine, bladder, and triple burner, triple heater. So that's the combination from all the 5 integrators, or the 12 integrators, and they have direct relationship with the Eastern medicine. This is our thyroid field, okay? Producing thyroid hormone is to do with honesty in your life, okay? Honesty, yeah? That's on another level. On the mind-body, you see that ER33 has to do with honesty, transformation, being or saying things to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Speak the truth to yourself. What are your goals in your life? Not the goals from the person's, your partner or your children, or your mother feelings or your father feelings or your perfectionism in your life. No, we're going to free yourself using 2 minutes ER33, and we're going to release your trauma, even when you don't recognize it as a trauma. Maybe you have your job because you are a perfectionist, you know? But that's something else than being healthy, okay? Being a good mother is something else than being a good human for yourself. Yeah? And that's what you can't explain to your client in 30 minutes, not even in 1 hour. So for me, the question is always, you can have a lot of wisdom using this system, but you can't explain it every time to your client, because otherwise you are you have a problem for yourself. You're a therapist because you want to explain things to other persons. You want to help other persons. That's your own trauma. Yeah? And you lose a lot of energy every day, but you've got a good feeling when you're working. And after you work, you feel like drained. And then you have really bad feelings. And why is the world not listening to me after 20 years? Why is the world not listening to me? I know everything. I'm that special friend. You are that special good therapist, but you do it because you have an old piece of mind-body issue. And that's why you choose that job. And you do a lot of good things for other people, but you don't even know what you want for yourself. What are your own needs? You don't know it. When you ask that to a lot of people who work as a doctor, what are your needs? What do you want for yourself? Can I come back? They don't have that connection. They are so fixated in their job, doing this with a little bit science or a lot in a fixation process. So it's normal that after 20 years, your body also starts to give you a fixation process. So you are ill. You need another doctor to heal yourself as a doctor, okay? So what are you doing in between all those years with your own health situation? What do you overview from yourself? That is coming out of the scan. You don't have to know it before you can use the infoceuticals so that the infoceuticals can help you. You just have to want to leave your comfort zone, okay? You don't have to know for sure what's your comfort zone. You just need discipline, just like sportsmen. You have to take your scan and you use your infoceuticals, yes? And you know how easy it is to just don't take them. Yeah, I have to take another scan, but yeah. No, you go to your clients and you make a scan and you just don't make a scan for yourself again, okay? You have to treat yourself as the most important person. Otherwise, you're a coward, yes? You're doing things for somebody else and not for yourself. How can you do, it's not possible to do something for somebody else, not including yourself. It's not possible. Okay, how do you like the screens from the cloud? Yes? Okay. Okay, and all those ER points, just we brought them together in an overview. The same overview you have on your MyHealth. Yes, the 70 points. Yeah, there are 2 last here, but we have 70 points. Like the ER33 is working on your thyroid, it's working on disintegrators, and it's connected with this mind-body hologram, okay? Cerebral cortex hologram. It's really about your consciousness emotions. That's where the cortex is working on. And so you can see that every tissue, every organ is connected with an ER, some with 1 or more integrators, and some with brain holograms or mind-body issues, okay? We are all working, is that clear? The connection from an ER point with the other things, tissue, organ, integrators, mind, body, infoceuticals, okay? Okay, who is using now in this moment in his life infoceuticals? Okay, all right, okay, good. We also have the integration, we call it like transformation, and there are 7 different centers where the energetic imbalance or the blockage have to be resolved. So this is really a lot of information when we take the transformation cycle. We're going to talk about the mild in a few days. We're going to talk about the cycles, and one of those 3 cycles, it's the transformation cycle. Next to the protection, to the radiation cycle, and the other one is the Chinese cycle, okay? This is the transformation cycle. So it starts with emotion energy, and then it's going all the other 7 transformations areas. By releasing the guilt feelings and the understanding of old trauma, pain, shocks, become emotionally and different integrated. So you give not only on an emotional level and on an energy level, but also all the tissues involved in those energy centers you're going to manage, okay? So you're going to manage all the tissue, all the organs, all the transformation points. So it contains the frequencies of the entire spectrum. Treatment by my health from bottom up to top, because I first want to ground you in your first, second, or third chakra. I don't start in the sixth or seventh transformation area. I just go bottom up, and then I can do like 4 ERs. And when this is the trustfulness situation, when this is red, I want to work also for 2 minutes on your trustfulness. And I choose the transformation on the My Health for 2 minutes so I can ground you and I can work on a level from the first chakra, and that is standing in your life, yeah, grounding, okay? Together with maybe the imprinter driver is also working on my script, ED2, yes? And the other one is? Which one? Yeah, it's ES, yes, and a star. It's like, who am I on a deeper level, like ES3, personal questions, existential questions. And that's what we brought in the iCloud more together as one piece. You don't have to know everything anymore. You just have to scan and do the treatment, okay? And don't try to explain everything.